Alrighty, let's talk about this. Now, I'm hesitant because anytime I talk about a team doing well, they turn it around. Anytime I talk about a team doing poorly, they turn it around. But it's a pretty large sample size for Arizona, so I'm not overly concerned. There's something that stands out immediately about this. Now, their record is 13-4 since February 7th. And for those who may not remember, from January 23rd till February 7th, so through the All-Star break, they had 5 losses in a row. They were 0-4-1. And Arizona was dead in the water. There was no talk about them making the playoffs, talk about them being competitive, being close, being good defensively. But many, including myself, felt that they just didn't have the offense. And the funny thing is, their offense still has been spotty, but there's somebody who's saving their season. February 9th, they played home against Dallas. They went 3-2. Alex Galchenyuk, 2 goals and an assist. Darcy Kuemper saves 33 out of 35. His save percentage in that game, .943. February 12th, they go to Vegas. They win 5-2. Cousins and Panik with a goal and an assist. The one thing you'll notice offensively is their offense struggles at times, but they have different weapons on different nights. Kuemper saves 41 out of 43 for a save percentage of .953. So that's back-to-back wins where his save percentage is insane. February 14th at home, they play St. Louis. At home is where they have struggled at times, and this is no different. They lose 4-0 versus the Blues. Darcy Kuemper saves 20 out of 24, save percentage of .833. And yeah, that's kind of where you say, okay, well, they won a couple in a row. Now they've lost. Yeah, this is kind of where they're at. They're not going to get there. February 16th, at home against the Maple Leafs, Galchenyuk gets the game-winning goal. Darcy Kuemper saves all 22 shots he faces. And, of course, the Leafs face a lot of questions after this game because they only generate 22 shots on Darcy Kuemper. But Arizona, winners of 3 out of 4. Now they go to Calgary. What happens in Calgary? Well, you can predict what happened in Calgary. Garland and Wheel are the ones that get the goals. So Jordan Wheel, who is no longer a member of the Arizona Coyotes, on the board that night. Pickard is your goalie of record. He makes 28 saves on 32 shots, .875 save percentage. They give Darcy Kuemper one night off on this entire board, and they lose that game 5-2. And Kuemper hasn't had a night off since. Not one. And he is a large driver behind this. Now, February 19th, so it's a back-to-back. That's why they had to play Pickard. They go into Edmonton. They win it in a shootout. The shootout winner is by Vinny Hinostroza. Darcy Kuemper saves 35 out of 37. He has a .946 save percentage that night. Not bad. February 21st, they go to Vancouver. They win it in overtime 3-2. Galchenyuk with a goal and an assist. Darcy Kuemper saves 30 out of 32. .938 save percentage for Arizona. And that loss for Vancouver is one of those driving forces behind them ending up pretty far out of the playoffs. And Arizona takes a lot from that. Because then they go home against Winnipeg 3 days later. Goligoski gets 2 assists. Darcy Kuemper, 34 saves on 35 shots for a .971 save percentage. They beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-1. The next, 2 nights later, they're at home against Florida. So this is a big, long homestand. Now, going into this homestand, they had a bad record at home. No other way to put it. The record at home was not very good. Versus Florida, they win in a shootout. The shootout winner, Vinny Hinostroza. Stepan gets 2 goals during the game. Kuemper saves 24 out of 27. This is the only game on the board where he gets a win and a save percentage of below .900. In fact, I'll say save percentage of below insane. Yeah, pretty much insane. His save percentage is insane in every win they get. February 28th, they play at home against Vancouver. This is, of course, where Brad Richardson gets 4 goals, which leads to endless chuckling at the Canucks. For me, it's more of there's different heroes every night for Arizona, so it was Brad's turn. Kuemper saves 37 out of 39, .949 save percentage, and that gets lost in the narrative because everybody was looking at what the Richardson line was able to do that night and not so much at what Darcy Kuemper did. March 2nd, so 2 nights later, they beat Detroit at home. And again, these are not huge, big opponents, right? But they win them. They beat Detroit, Ekman Larson and Hinostroza both have a goal and an assist. Darcy Kuemper saves 22 out of 23 for a save percentage of .957. Yawn, right? March 5th versus Anaheim. This is the one game they drop on the homestand. They lose 3-1 against Anaheim. Krause gets the one goal. Darcy Kuemper saves 28 out of 31. He has a save percentage of .903. Can't really blame him. They only got one goal. Following game, 2 days later, they're at home against Calgary. This is the team that beat them 5-2. What do? Chychrun gets a goal and an assist. Darcy Kuemper saves all 30 shots he faces for a save percentage of, that's right, 1,000. And they beat the Calgary Flames 2-0. March 9th versus LA. So again, when you look at this homestand, they get LA, Anaheim, Detroit, Vancouver, Florida. These are all teams that are outside the playoffs, but they win 4 out of those 5 games. They're taking advantage of that low-hanging fruit. So versus LA, Dvorak gets 2 goals. Darcy Kuemper saves 34 out of 36. Save percentage of .944. So if you hear anybody out of Arizona saying, I think Darcy Kuemper should get some consideration for the Vezina, rather than suggest that he finds another sport to watch, take a look at the numbers. The numbers have been excellent for Vezina towards Vezina for Kuemper for the last month and a half. March 11th, this is where it kind of takes a hit. They go into Chicago, they lose 7-1. Feels devastating because, of course, Chicago was and is in the race. It's kind of dodgy, but they're still technically in it. Panik gets the one goal. Kuemper saves 12 out of 16. Pickard then comes in, saves 15 out of 18. So Darcy Kuemper with a save percentage of .750, but they only got one goal. So you could put this on Kuemper if you wanted, but really, honestly, look how many games he's played. Look how many shots he's facing. He doesn't get a night off. He is due for a stinker every now and then. March 12th, they go to St. Louis. They win 3-1. Hinostroza gets the game-winning goal. Darcy Kuemper saves 39 out of 40. .975 save percentage. That's ridiculous. I say that a lot, but in this case it is. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then last night versus the Anaheim Ducks, with the pressure on because they're now in a playoff position, they beat the Anaheim Ducks 6-1. Hinostroza with the hat trick. Darcy Kuemper saves 36 out of 37. So again, because a player puts up some goals, it overshadows the fact that Darcy Kuemper had a .973 save percentage last night. Their next 5 games, they're at home to the Oilers. Then they get their test. So for people who are wondering when are Arizona really going to get tested, it's this road trip. They go to Tampa, Florida, New Jersey, and the New York Islanders. This road trip will tell us where they're at. Are the Arizona Coyotes really for real? Like let me just take another look further down here. Then they're at home to Chicago. They're in Colorado. They're at home to Minnesota, LA. They're in Vegas. They're home to Winnipeg. So yeah, that East Coast swing. If you didn't write all that down, I'm sorry. It's available online though. But yeah, that East Coast swing is going to tell us a lot about where they are and whether or not they're going to be able to actually qualify for the playoffs. The fact that they're playing important games in March, that's a victory in and of itself. And if you're a fan in and around the Arizona area, go to some games. Go watch the Arizona Coyotes. Playing very well right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.